India Arie called out a young rapper for glorifying scamming and shoplifting. She wasn't attacking the woman, she was trying to protect our culture. But watch how men responded to her. Instead of talking about the message, they went straight for her age and her looks. And that tells you everything wrong with our community right now. Before we go further, I need to be clear about something. When I talk about the people doing this, I'm not talking about Black people as a whole. There are people in every community trying to rise, trying to do better, trying to build something good, family. Then there are people who have leaned all the way into their worst instincts, the lower inclination, the evil inclination within themselves, the base nature, with no moral compass, no constraint, willing to do anything for a dollar and to their own people's detriment. That second group is who I'm addressing today, not the culture, not the community. These are the individuals who scatter around, making excuses, deflecting, distracting from the real issue. They're like insects that scatter the second you turn the light on, and you guys know who I'm referring to. And that's exactly who was standing at that award show, clapping and applauding for a song about scamming and shoplifting.
Now, one moment in particular is standing out and receiving some backlash when rapper Young Miami, who during the night by Drewski would be presented as having the song of the summer, Spin That, would take to the stage to help present the BET Her Award. Now, as soon as she would come to the stage, the crowd would begin to cheer and sing the lyrics to her current hit. For those who don't know, the chorus of the song says, "Where all my scamming ass niggas at? Spend that money fast. 20s, 50s, 100s, cash. Boy, go in that Goyard bag. Boosting bitches, where y'all at? Stuffing that shit in y'all bag. Just to flip it, pop some tags. Girl, go in that Goyard bag. Spin that shit, spin that shit, spin that shit." Now, for Miami, the moment looked to have felt good, given that she would receive a warm reception from the audience and her peers. Now, despite how it may have appeared on TV, several viewers, including former BET Awards winner India Arie, would criticize the praise that Miami is receiving for a song that some are calling toxic to the Black community.
They do not represent the Black community. They represent themselves. Every time a Black woman stands up to correct her community, or even a Black man, something predictable always happens. They do not get judged on what they say. Just like India Arie, she was judged on what she looks like. By the end of this video, you'll be able to spot the exact tactic men use to dodge accountability. And you'll never watch one of these arguments the same way again. If a woman has to be young and pretty for her words to count, what does that say about who we actually respect, family? India Arie spoke up about a song that glorifies scamming and shoplifting. She didn't attack anyone personally. She raised a point about what the culture is celebrating and what it says about where we are right now. And almost immediately, the conversation shifted away from her point entirely. And here's my contention. When a woman corrects the community, the fastest way to avoid her point is to attack her instead of her argument. One man in particular told her to sit her face down somewhere, mocked her for having gray hair, and told her the game had passed her by.
Let me tell you old something. That's why I don't you old right now. That's why I would not my one you old, because you is too modern and too plain, outdated. The game done passed you by. Do you think y'all Miami give a fuck about you don't like her record? You take our time to go on social media to down talk a girl. We've been talking negativity in every music, in every song since before I even started doing music, and I've been doing it 30 years.
Every year, every decade, every generation, there have always been people pushing back. To act like criticism of vulgar music was suddenly invented in 2026 because of Young Miami is ridiculous. In every era, there was some type of artist that produced explicit, vulgar music. And guess what you also always had? You had people speaking out against it too. And no, that's never going to change. There will always be somebody alive to critique it. Always.
How about you age? You to say something about me. Leave that little young lady alone.
Correction. Number one, she's not young. And two, she's not a lady. A lady is not a toilet, and a toilet will never be a lady. And I'm gonna need y'all to stop calling 30-year-old women young girls.
Notice something. Nobody in the exchange addressed a single word she actually said about the song itself. Not one word about the lyrics. Not one word about what the song was teaching people. The entire response was about her body, her age, her face. And that's not a rebuttal. That's a distraction dressed up as one. When you can't argue with what someone says, you argue with who they are. That's an admission you already lost. And this pattern gets even harder to ignore once you look at who's actually being defended. The woman at the center of this song has no real case for being a role model. Her lyrics celebrate scamming and shoplifting like it's something to be proud of, repeating it over and over like a chant.
Now, to give you guys context of the actual song, I obviously can't play the song for you guys, so I'm going to go ahead and read out a couple of the lyrics. So the most famous part of the song is actually the chorus, and it says, "Where all my scamming A ends at. Spend that money fast. 20s, 50s, 100s cash. Boy, go in that go-yard bag. Boosting bees, where y'all at? Stuffing that ish in y'all bag. Just to flip it, pop some tags. Girl, go in that go-yard bag." Now, obviously, we know what this song is about. Okay? We don't need to go into like a deep dive, to try to figure out what it was or what the deeper meaning of the lyrics are. She's talking to scammers. She's talking to boosters. What are boosters? Boosters are thieves. Okay? We're just going to keep it real.
This isn't new, though. The music industry has run this exact playbook for decades, dressing up destructive behavior as an anthem and calling it culture. Here's the thing people keep skipping past. A person can only sell what they actually have. If someone is selling theft and fraud dressed up as empowerment, that tells you exactly where her values sit. Someone will say and push back, it's just music. Nobody's forcing anyone to act on it. But entertainment shapes what gets normalized, especially when it's playing everywhere and children are singing along without understanding half of what the words even mean. There are real cases connected to this exact moment. A mother and daughter were arrested for stealing thousands of dollars of merchandise after posting a video of themselves dancing to this very song, holding up the stolen items. That's not a coincidence. That's cause and effect, playing out in real time with real consequences for real families. And this is exactly why it matters so much right now. We are no longer living in a day and age where people just sing rap songs and leave it there. We are living with a generation of young people who are going out and acting out what they see in video games and what they hear in song lyrics. Years ago, young people knew the difference between a song lyric and real life. That boundary is absolutely gone for a lot of this generation. They don't have the ability to draw that line anymore. It's not just entertainment to them. It has become instructions, directions, and a path to a lifestyle. I want to bring your attention to something that happened this year because it shows exactly what this instruction leads to. A 1-year-old baby named Cohen Riley was killed in a Walmart parking lot in Mississippi. Police were responding to a shoplifting call. His mother's friend was accused of taking items from the store. And as they ran for the car with the baby, officers opened fire on the vehicle. The baby's mother has said she raised her son up in that moment, trying to show the police there was a child in the car. Many believe she used the baby as a shield. Neither here or there. She was shot in the arm and the thigh. Her son, that little child, didn't survive. That baby died. And I'm not saying it's because of the song lyrics, but because a shoplifting call turned into gunfire in a parking lot with a 1-year-old inside the car. That didn't have to happen, family. We are watching this exact scenario over and over with people running from a store, getting in a getaway car, get turned into a catchy hook that people dance to at award shows. These are no longer just lyrics, family. This is a wake-up call. If you have no moral fortitude, selling yourself for fame isn't a stretch. It's the only move available to you. This is exactly who we should be speaking out against, not the woman trying to hold a standard. The standard isn't the problem here. The person breaking it is. And once you see who's actually doing the damage, the bigger question becomes, why does nobody want to say out loud that it's not Arie as the problem, but female artists like Young Miami? Why can't we just say that out loud and be truthful? Because every time someone calls out something wicked in public, the response follows the same script. People don't debate the point. They go after the person who said it. Here's my answer to why that keeps happening. A lot of people don't actually want accountability. They don't want our people to grow. They don't want us to rise. They want us to stay down there in the gutter like crabs in a barrel, snapping at each other, being like those insects that scatter in the dark. They want permission to keep doing what they're already doing. When someone holds up a mirror, the easiest response is to smash the mirror instead of looking into it and making changes and reflecting. That shift didn't happen by accident. It happened because the real question was too uncomfortable to sit with. And here's the double standard nobody wants to name. A woman who challenged harmful behavior gets dragged for weeks, called jealous, called bitter, called irrelevant. A woman who glorifies that same harmful behavior gets defended, protected, and given a pass, even after everything connected to her past. That tells you exactly which one the culture is actually protecting, and it isn't the one telling the truth. Somebody would say, well, people just don't like being told what to do. That's human nature. And that's a fair statement. But there's a difference between disagreeing with someone's opinion and refusing to engage with the actual facts in front of you. Attacking someone's age instead of her argument isn't disagreement. It's avoidance, plain and simple, family. Protecting the message means protecting whoever profits from it, no matter what it costs everyone else. Silence in that moment isn't neutral. It's a choice, and it's one a lot of people are making without even realizing it. Family, we have to wake up. We got to stop supporting these rap singers that are pushing detrimental and destructive behavior to our youth. We have to stop buying these songs for our children. We need to turn off the radio. We have got to start taking a stand against what we no longer claim we don't believe in. It's not enough just to complain while it's still playing, while that same song lyric is still playing in the background. Turn it off. Turn it off. Because it's shaping your children. Don't allow these artists who are pushing detrimental content to keep getting by on the excuse that it's just a song. Because it isn't just a song, family. They are sellouts, and they are selling out the next generation. If you walk away with one thing from this video, please let it be this. The people most upset when you speak the truth are usually the ones most invested in the lie continuing. I would appreciate you liking the video, sharing it, and leaving a thoughtful comment below. The link to this video and the clips related to this topic are in the description. I'm Deborah, and this is Family Still Matters. And because family still matters, understanding God's purpose for our lives and having the courage to speak it even when it costs us matters too. As always, I want the last word not to be my word, but God's word. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. That comes out of the book of Isaiah, chapter 5, verse 20.